Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat. It's Let It Rip Friday.
Hi, I'm Linda Mitchell, 54-year-old elite obstacle racer, award-winning fitness competitor, gym owner, and author. Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat podcast, where we will approach the difficult topics of life, interview inspiring guests, and bring empowerment to all. This community is a place where we can be who we are instead of who others want us to be. Let's get started.
And now, a word from our sponsors, Essential Formulas.
Believe it or not, weight management is more than simply calories in versus calories out. To achieve your ideal weight, your digestive system must function effectively. I'm Dr. Fred Pescatori, author of The Hamptons Diet and science advisor for Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics. Research has found that there are regulating factors that control absorption of calories and whether they are stored as fat. One of the most significant influences in our ability to keep fat off is having the proper amounts of beneficial bacteria in our GI tracts. These friendly bacteria help in regulating blood sugar and normalizing our appetite. I recommend taking Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics every day due to its carefully selected strains of live beneficial bacteria that work synergistically to maximize health, increase energy through better absorption of nutrients, and help with weight management. I believe that Dr. Ohhira's Probiotic is the most powerful and effective probiotic available today. Discover the Dr. Ohhira difference.
Dr. Ohhira's probiotics are available at Vitamin Shoppe, Whole Foods, Sprouts, and other fine health food stores nationwide.
Hey everyone, if you have been listening, we are pulling the trigger. The Wild Horse Project, powered by the Sisterhood of Sweat and Picture Groove Photography, is a reality, and you can get signed up right now. Just DM me at Instagram at Sisterhood of Sweat or email me at info@sisterhoodofsweat.com and I will send you the link to get signed up. Spots are limited. We are only taking 20 more people. And this is going to be like the experience of a lifetime. Wild horses roam the beach and come right up to the beach house. They run the beach, they roam the beach. It's going to be beautiful. We are oceanfront with a walkway right out to the beach in a dream location, a dream house. I didn't even know they made houses this huge. It's crazy. We're going to have hot tub nights with some clean cocktails. We're going to have a chef cooking healthy, nutritious food. And best of all, we're going to learn how to pose and stand so we look great in every picture and everything we do. We're going to have confidence boosters going down the line like Soul Train with everybody cheering you on, your sisterhood. And the best thing of all, which I think every woman owes herself to do at least once, we're going to have a photo shoot on the beach with renowned fitness photographer Sarah Lyons Gladman of Bodyscape magazine. Everybody behind her lens just becomes a better version of themselves. It's just, you've got to come to experience it. And we are going to have a Facebook page called the Wild Horse Project. And I will invite people to join that when you sign up. We're going to lead you through nutrition for the 3 months with my book, The Sisterhood of Sweat Project. We'll lead you all the way through so that you can be ready for your photo shoot. What a great goal, right? Now, because we've got this vision in mind. We are going to run the beach, have beach runs, yoga. We're going to do boot camp, a little relaxation in between all of that, and a hair and makeup artist will be there. So make sure you get signed up. Don't wish you shoulda, coulda, woulda. This is going to be an experience of a lifetime, and it's going to be life-changing. So get signed up. DM me at Sisterhood of Sweat on Instagram or email me at info@sisterhoodofsweat.com. And I'm going to start you off with a quote. Live your life for you, not for anyone else. Don't let the fear of being judged, rejected, or disliked stop you from being yourself. Sonia Parker. And today we're going to talk about saying no, learning to say the word no. And So many of us can say yes to things because we're people pleasing. We don't want to hurt someone's feelings. We want to be liked. We want to be popular. We don't want to have a difficult conversation with somebody. We want everything to be all rainbows and puppy dog tails and pleasant all the time. And the truth of the matter is that saying the word no is empowering. And when you say no to what you don't want, you say yes to what you do want. When you say no to what you don't want, you say yes to what you do want. So being strong enough to say the no, it may be a little difficult the first time you start telling people no if you're used to pleasing everyone. But if you want to live stress and resentment free, like if you feel like resentment surrounding things that you're doing for others, resentment, and you feel stressed and you dread it, you don't want to do it, that is a guiding system to let you know that that isn't like that feeling that you're getting. That's because you're saying yes to things that you really want to say no to. And just like everything else, I think working that muscle of saying no, it strengthens the more you say no. So the first time that you do it, you're going to be afraid, but just think of all of the time and trouble you're going to save yourself down the road if you have an employee that's working with you that isn't working out and you're afraid to have the difficult conversation, and maybe they're afraid to have the difficult conversation and it isn't a good fit for whatever reason. And you just hem and haw around the issue instead of just tackling it straight on. Or there's a relative that is either, want to overstay their welcome. They want you to be their caretaker, and you are feeling overloaded, overwhelmed, and underappreciated because you didn't protect your own space. And many times we want to be, I think, as women, we're taught to be the good girl, the nice girl. But you know what? In reality, if you have someone that's not working out in a relationship, a friendship, perhaps like an employee or a boss, whatever it is, you're actually doing them a favor to let them know it's not working out, to address the elephant in the room, to have the conversation that you are avoiding. It's better to just really tackle that straight on and say no. And when you're thinking about what you're worthy of and your worth and what you want your life to look like, you decide that. You look at your life, you decide, what do I want my day to look like? What do I want my month to look like? What do I want my year to look like? And what do I have room for? And what do I no longer have room for? And you are like, oh, that is not in alignment with what I said I wanted. That's so far out of alignment, and it's draining all my time and it's draining all of my energy. And you wish you would have said no. Well, you can always change your mind and reframe that and have that difficult conversation or surrounding it. Because 9 times out of 10, when you say no to what you don't want, you say yes to what you do want. You just made space for a new employee that's totally excited about the job, and they have the skill set, they have what you need, and they have what your customers need. And then you free that other person up from something they really probably didn't even want to be doing. They had already too much on their plate and they wanted to be doing something else, but they also didn't want to have an uncomfortable conversation. And we can people please each other to death and be polite each other to death and skirt around all the issues. But I still think about the one day in my studio when we're standing in front of the glass doors and I really needed to go, pee. I really needed to go pee. And I am being the polite good girl, and I'm just talking away to my customer. And I'm just like, oh, I really got to go. I really got to go. And she's standing there thinking, it says, please use other door. And I'm standing in front of the door that she should use. So we're both politing ourselves to death. She's ready to leave and I'm ready to go to the bathroom, but we were being so nice, right? And it's great to be nice and it's great to care about what others think, but it would have really been nice to go to the bathroom. And I'm sure she probably had somewhere she had to go. So the moral of that story is that we're really doing that so much in reality in our lives, where we're either too polite, afraid to have the conversation, saying yes to everything. And then we have no room for ourselves. We have no space for ourselves. We don't have energy for our dreams and we're drained. So saying no is so freeing and so empowering. Again, when you say no to what you don't want, you say yes to what you do want. And when you have that difficult conversation, it's difficult at first and it might feel a little yucky, but afterwards, when you either set a boundary or you say no, you feel so great. You feel so empowered. And you're going to be asking yourself, why did I not tackle that issue sooner? Why did I not say no sooner? So this would go all the way to customers. If you want your dream clients, you got to say no to your clients that don't fit that criteria of what your dream client is. You have to say no in order to say yes and have the space, the time, and the energy for perhaps those that really want what you have. They really need what you have. They really appreciate what you have. They are committed to getting the results. They want to sign up with you. They're so thankful that they found you, versus perhaps you have a client, maybe they don't appreciate you. Maybe they show up late all the time. Maybe they cancel all the time. Maybe they don't put the work in. Maybe they don't put the effort in. Or you have a customer that complains all the time and they're never happy with your service. So, and you're blaming yourself, but really you have to, as my friend Chris Winfield and Jen Gottlieb from Super Connector Media would say, you have to fire sometimes the clients you don't want to have the dream clients that you want. Or when you're in a job you don't like, well, if you just keep working at it, you're not making room for that dream job that you could have, because you're stuck doing the job you show up to every day, but you hate it and you dread it. So saying no to what you don't want so you can say yes to what you do want. And a lot surrounding that would be realizing that you will fill the space, having the faith in your abilities, knowing your worth, and realizing you have to do the tough stuff sometimes. And saying no is not always easy, especially if you're a recovering people pleaser, but it is really worth it. It is really worth it. You can be intentional about your life, and you have to make space for your dreams. And like Tim Story says, I love his book, Miracle Mentality. he says you have to make space for miracles. Like, you have to make the space for things to show up. And if you are filling your life with Mr. Wrong, how can you find Mr. Right? Because you're too wrapped up in Mr. Wrong. You're not leaving space for Mr. Right to appear. And then also, like my dad would always tell me, if you want Mr. Right, you got to be Mrs. Right. So show up for what you want unapologetically. Show up as that person that already has that thing. If you want to have a great relationship and you want to have your dream guy, show up in your most authentic self. Show up as the best version of you. Set yourself up to win, because we are what we attract. So if we're complaining, we're going to get more of the same. If we have gratitude, we're going to get more good things. You draw to yourself what you focus upon. So instead of thinking about all these things that you're unhappy about, if you just start rewiring your brain to being grateful and having gratitude, it's a magnet for bringing good into your life. It's a magnet for bringing those things that you want to you. Because it's like my dad always said, the more, like I would say, I would maybe come to him with a problem and he would say, there's so much good. Let's just focus on the good, because you could always, with any situation, you could look at the bad and you could realize there's also good. And so it's like this choice. Do I focus on the fact that I've broken my ankle or whatever he may have done? Or can I find something like, okay, what can I do right now? My if your ankle is broken, what can I focus upon that I can do? Instead of focusing on all these things that are canceled and all these things you can't do and all the things you can maybe never do again, you flip it around and you say, okay, this happened to me. How do I embrace it? How is my injury a gift? How can I find the gift in this disaster? And then you start changing your mindset and being like, okay, well, I have to put my foot up for 3 hours a day, ice it, rust it. So during this time, I'm going to go online and I'm going to sign up for this course I've been wanting to do. You find a way around it. Or you're like, I'm going to have the best badass upper body you have ever seen. And so you focus on the positive, and then pretty soon the negative fades. Because I guarantee you, if you're focusing on the negative, you are just making things worse. It's just going to draw more negative to you. It's just I just think it's like the law of the universe. And so remember to make space for yourself, for your dreams, for the things that you want in your life. And how you make space and you bring the feeling of freedom and empowerment and you take control and you challenge yourself is you overcome your fear of what other people think, of perhaps them rejecting you or not liking the fact that you set some boundaries, because you are going to feel so empowered and in control. And you're going to realize it's one of the best things you ever learned to do was say the word no. All right, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed this episode. As always, keep on keeping on. Let me know what resonated with you, what you would like to hear more of on the podcast, and enjoy your weekend. Bye, everybody.
And I hope that all of our listeners have enjoyed this podcast. And if you guys have really enjoyed this, please review us in iTunes and also share this episode with your friends and your loved ones. Thanks again for listening to the Sisterhood of Sweat.